Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The rumor that's been lighting up the sports world recently involves a blockbuster deal that could shake the very foundations of the NFL's free agency market. Word on the street is that the Washington football franchise is ready to go all-in with a jaw-dropping contract offer of $750 million to keep their star wide receiver Terry McLaurin locked down through the 2030 season. Imagine that, a deal so massive it could redefine how we view player contracts in the years to come. The whispers started with insiders close to the team suggesting that Washington is more than willing to break the bank to avoid the nightmare of losing McLaurin to rival teams. After all, McLaurin has been nothing short of a revelation since he entered the league, displaying consistent explosive plays, unmatched work ethic, and a connection with the fan base that's rare in today's game. If this deal goes through, it might not only secure Washington's offensive future, but also send a clear message to the league. The franchise is serious about building a championship contender around their star talent. Imagine the pressure on other teams trying to keep up with such an astronomical commitment. Is this an unprecedented gamble or a visionary investment in a player destined for greatness? This $750 million figure, as wild as it sounds, isn't just about sheer numbers. It's about the potential ripple effects in player valuations league-wide. Negotiations reportedly have been intense behind closed doors, with Washington's front office convinced McLaurin deserves the kind of contract reserved only for generational talents. It's easy to see why, considering McLaurin's electrifying performance, his resilience through injuries, and ability to elevate his team when it matters most. Fans and analysts alike have been speculating how this mega contract could spark a domino effect, pressuring franchises across the NFL to rethink how they compensate their star players, especially wide receivers who traditionally haven't commanded the highest salaries compared to quarterbacks or defensive standouts. The murmurs also suggest that McLaurin's camp has been pushing for guarantees and clauses that reflect not just his past contributions, but also his trajectory toward superstardom. If Washington pulls this off, they're setting a new benchmark that could alter contract structures and salary caps league-wide. Could this move spur a wave of mega contracts for top-tier wideouts? The NFL could be on the brink of a new era where the game's most dynamic playmakers finally get the payday their impact justifies. Meanwhile, the intrigue surrounding this potential deal also revolves around how it aligns with Washington's broader strategy. The franchise seems poised to pivot its identity around McLaurin, building an offense tailored to maximize his unique skill set. Insider whispers indicate the coaching staff is excited about designing playbooks that leverage McLaurin's speed, route running precision, and knack for making clutch catches. This isn't just a contract, it's a statement of intent. Washington wants the league to recognize that McLaurin isn't just a star receiver, but the centerpiece of their franchise's future ambitions. Moreover, there's talk that this massive financial commitment could influence decisions in the draft and free agency, as Washington might prioritize surrounding McLaurin with the best offensive weapons possible, even if it means making difficult roster moves or sacrificing depth in other areas. The front office's conviction in McLaurin's abilities suggests a long-term vision where he remains the face of the franchise, drawing fans, sponsors, and media attention alike. How Washington balances this mega contract with team-building challenges will be a fascinating story to watch unfold over the coming seasons. Off the field, the potential signing of McLaurin to such a monumental contract could also have wide-reaching implications for the player's brand and marketability. The buzz is that sponsors and advertisers are already circling, seeing an opportunity to align with a player whose profile could soar even higher with the security and spotlight this deal provides. McLaurin's charisma, community engagement, and on-field exploits have made him a favorite among fans, and a deal this significant only adds fuel to the fire. Industry insiders speculate that this contract might propel McLaurin into a rarefied air reserved for the most marketable athletes in the league, potentially opening doors to endorsements and partnerships beyond anything he's experienced so far. Furthermore, with the media spotlight intensifying around the contract saga, McLaurin could become an influential figure not only in sports circles, but also in broader cultural conversations. It's a fascinating dynamic where the megadeal is not just about football, but about building an enduring legacy and expanding influence in multiple arenas. The player's response to this pressure and how he leverages the platform this contract provides will be critical to his lasting impact both on and off the field. On the flip side, some voices in the league are skeptical about the wisdom of such a gargantuan financial commitment. Rumors abound that rival executives view the $750 million price tag as reckless, or even a potential albatross for Washington's salary cap flexibility in the future. Critics argue that while McLaurin is undoubtedly talented, locking up so much money to a single player could hamstring the team's ability to strengthen other vital positions. There's talk that this deal could lead to tough choices down the line, forcing Washington to make difficult cuts or limit their activity in free agency as they juggle the cap implications. Moreover, the longevity of such a contract raises questions about performance, sustainability, injury risks, and whether McLaurin can maintain an elite level of play over nearly a decade. The chatter among NFL analysts also suggests that if Washington stumbles while tied to this mega contract, the fallout could be severe both financially and reputationally. This creates a narrative tension. Is this deal a bold step toward dynasty building or a gamble that might backfire? The coming seasons will tell if Washington's faith in McLaurin and their willingness to bet the farm pays off or turns into a cautionary tale. In the locker rooms and among players, the whispers have been just as intense. Fellow NFL stars reportedly respect McLaurin's talent and drive, but are also watching closely to see how this contract might shift the dynamics within the league. Rumors suggest that teammates are motivated by the possibility of their star player getting unprecedented recognition, potentially inspiring elevated performances around him. However, some murmurs hint at concerns about increased expectations and pressure on McLaurin to justify every dollar of this megadeal with consistent game-changing performances. There's also talk about how this contract might influence negotiations for other wide receivers, with players and agents recalibrating their demands based on Washington's headline-grabbing move. The ripple effect within locker rooms could reshape player relationships and contract strategies league-wide. How McLaurin handles the spotlight both as a teammate and as a public figure will be a critical element of this unfolding story. Will this contract galvanize the team and McLaurin's peers, or will it create unrealistic pressures and distractions? The locker room narrative is as intriguing as the financial details of the deal itself. For Washington's fanbase, the buzz about this mega contract has sparked a roller coaster of emotions, ranging from excitement to cautious optimism. The rumor mill suggests that fans are thrilled at the prospect of keeping McLaurin in burgundy and gold, viewing him as the heart and soul of the franchise's resurgence. Social media has been abuzz with speculation, fan theories, and emotional reactions as supporters dream about championship possibilities, fueled by their star wideout. At the same time, some fans express worry about the long-term consequences of dedicating such a large portion of the team's budget to a single player, wondering if this will limit the team's ability to add complementary pieces. The sense of ownership and pride McLaurin inspires in the community is palpable, and the rumor of this $750 million deal has only amplified that connection. From tailgate conversations to sports talk shows, the potential signing is dominating headlines and fueling debates. For a fanbase hungry for success and identity, this deal could represent both hope and risk, a symbol of ambition that carries heavy expectations. How fans' perceptions evolve as the story develops will be a key element of the overall narrative surrounding this mega contract. Digging deeper into the strategic implications, industry insiders suggest this deal could be part of a broader shift in how franchises invest in skill positions. Washington's apparent willingness to spend big bucks on a wide receiver might challenge the conventional wisdom that prioritizes quarterbacks or defensive stars. For the largest contracts, the rumors include discussions about a potential new blueprint for building successful teams around dynamic offensive weapons like McLaurin, who can change games with their speed, agility, and playmaking ability. If this contract is finalized, it could encourage other teams to rethink their priorities, potentially sparking a new wave of investment in elite wide receivers across the league. Analysts are also speculating about how this megadeal might influence rookie contracts, contract extensions, and the overall salary cap landscape. The strategic ripple effects could be profound, altering team-building philosophies and competitive balances. Washington's move might represent the start of a paradigm shift that reshapes the NFL's economic and tactical approaches to player valuation and team composition in the coming decade. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Financial experts and sports economists have also entered the fray, analyzing how this potential $750 million contract fits into the broader economic picture of the NFL. Rumors from financial circles suggest this deal might push Washington into uncharted territory regarding salary cap management, revenue sharing, and long-term financial planning. The scale of this commitment raises questions about how the franchise will balance immediate, competitive ambitions with sustainable financial health. The buzz includes speculation on creative contract structuring, bonuses, incentives, and potential clauses designed to mitigate risks for both sides. Experts also wonder about the contract's impact on ticket sales, merchandising, and overall franchise valuation. There's talk that such a marquee deal could elevate Washington's brand globally, attracting new sponsors and partnerships. However, financial analysts caution about the risks of overextension, warning that mismanagement could lead to a cascade of challenges down the line. The economic narrative adds a layer of complexity and intrigue, highlighting how this mega contract story is as much about business strategy as it is about football prowess. The narrative wouldn't be complete without touching on McLaurin himself, the man at the center of this swirling storm of rumors and speculation. Sources close to the players suggest that McLaurin is both excited and cautiously optimistic about the potential deal. The whispers describe a player fully aware of the magnitude of this opportunity, but grounded in the work ethic and focus that propelled him to stardom in the first place. McLaurin reportedly recognizes the responsibility that comes with such a contract, understanding the heightened expectations from fans, media, and teammates alike. The rumor mill indicates that McLaurin is weighing the decision, carefully balancing his desire for financial security with his competitive drive to prove himself on the field year after year. Personal anecdotes from teammates and coaches portray McLaurin as humble, focused, and hungry for success, which fuels speculation that he could thrive under the spotlight this contract would bring. The human element of this story, how McLaurin will navigate the pressures and privileges of being the NFL's highest-paid wide receiver, is a captivating subplot in this broader saga. Looking ahead, the potential signing of McLaurin to this historic contract has set the stage for what could be one of the most compelling storylines in the NFL's near future. The rumor mills continue to churn, with insiders dropping hints about ongoing negotiations, timing, and the possibility of other big moves tied to this deal. Fans, analysts, and rival teams alike are watching closely, anticipating how Washington will manage the delicate balance between ambition and pragmatism. The media frenzy is only expected to intensify as the season progresses, turning every game involving Washington into a spectacle with heightened stakes. The uncertainty and speculation add drama, making this a must-follow narrative that could define the next decade of professional football. If this contract materializes as rumored, it won't just be a headline. It will be a seismic shift with lasting repercussions for players, teams, and the league as a whole. The coming months promise to deliver plenty of twists and turns in what could be the most talked about NFL contract saga in recent history. In conclusion, the ongoing rumors surrounding Washington's rumored $750 million offer to Terry McLaurin have electrified the NFL landscape with a mix of excitement, skepticism, and strategic intrigue. This potential deal represents more than just money. It's a symbol of Washington's commitment to building a championship-caliber team and redefining player value in the modern game. From the locker room to the front office, from fans to financial experts, this mega contract story has sparked conversations that reach far beyond the football field. Whether this contract ultimately becomes reality or remains a tantalizing what if, the narrative it has created is already reshaping how we think about star players and their role in the league's future as negotiations reportedly continue. Behind the scenes, one thing is clear: the story of McLaurin in Washington is far from over. It's a saga that promises drama, excitement, and maybe even a new chapter in NFL history. A true testament to the power of talent, ambition, and the high stakes of professional sports. Fans and insiders alike will be watching with bated breath to see how this epic tale unfolds in the seasons ahead. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.